Istanbul is the capital of the world, Napoleon Bonaparte once said, due to its rich historical heritage from its time as the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire and the Ottoman Empire. Spanning between Europe and Asia, the land of emperors and sultans has captured the world's attention for centuries. Even today, its tourist attractions remain abundant, but what is said about it feels like a melody that takes you back through centuries, creating perceptions of epics colliding on the shores of the Bosphorus. Bustling with the great liveliness of people, with 15 million inhabitants and an extraordinarily high number of visitors reaching up to 20 million per year, Istanbul is the most populated city in all of Europe and ranks as the 16th most populous city in the world. The presence of diverse cultures, from the native Turkish residents to Arab-Syrian immigrants, Kurds, and other nationalities now living there, has only enriched the multiculturalism of Istanbul. The cobblestone streets of old Istanbul hold within them the history of many armies passing through the city, from the Eastern Roman Empire's military to the Latin Empire of the Crusades, and finally, the Ottoman Empire for 5 centuries. The citizens of Istanbul, well aware of their city's history, each hold a piece of its extraordinary historical mosaic. One of the city's most remarkable relics is the Basilica Cistern, a pearl of ancient civilization from the Eastern Roman Empire, located near Hagia Sophia. Hagia Sophia itself was an Orthodox church for over 1,000 years, with a brief period of 57 years as a Catholic church during the Latin Empire. After the Ottoman conquest of Constantinople in 1453, it became a mosque until 1935 when Mustafa Kemal Ataturk transformed it into a museum. However, in 2020, during the COVID-19 pandemic, Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan reopened it as a mosque once again. Nearby stands another magnificent mosque, the Blue Mosque, built during the reign of Sultan Ahmed I, which continues to function as a mosque today. In the Beyoğlu district, you can find the Galata Tower, built by the Genoese as the highest observation point along the now nearly ruined Galata walls. Even today, the tower remains an extraordinary vantage point. The Ottoman Imperial palaces add to Istanbul's grandeur. Topkapi Palace, located in the Fatih district, was built in 1460 and served as the residence of the Ottoman sultans for 4 centuries until a new palace was constructed. It was also known as the Sublime Porte, as it was where major decisions were made for a long period. The term was further popularized due to the strong diplomatic relations between Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent and King Francis I of France, and it was later adopted as a metonym in various European languages when referring to the Sultan and the Ottoman government. Dolmabahce Palace, built in 1856 at the request of Sultan Abdülmecid I, is a stunning blend of Baroque, Rococo, Neoclassical, and traditional Ottoman styles. It is the largest and most expensive Ottoman palace ever built. The chandeliers were purchased from Britain, and the weight of the palace lamps alone reaches 4.5 tons. The extravagance of its construction surpassed that of other palaces of its time, leading to financial strain on the Ottoman Empire, which eventually resulted in European powers taking control over Ottoman public finances due to its high debts. Yildiz Palace was the primary residence of Sultan Abdülhamid II, who, fearing possible attacks from the sea, moved to this palace. Originally built in the 19th century by Sultan Selim III for Sultana Mirisa, Abdülhamid later renovated and expanded it under the supervision of the architect Raimondo Duranco. Istanbul is also home to the obelisk of Theodosius, brought from Egypt to Istanbul in the 4th century by Emperor Theodosius I. The obelisk originally belonged to Pharaoh Thutmose III. It stands in the same area where the Hippodrome of Constantinople once was, a historic sports and social center. Today, this area is known as Sultanahmet Square. No less important is the Grand Bazaar in Istanbul, which, in terms of construction style, is an enclosed market, referred to in Turkish as Kapalı Çarşı. This bazaar was built after the city was conquered by the Ottoman Empire during the reign of Sultan Mehmed II, also known as Sultan Fatih, the Conqueror. At the time of its construction, the goal was to develop the city following the arrival of the new rulers, revitalizing what remained from the Byzantine Empire until 1453, when it ultimately ceased to exist. We will have the opportunity to discuss the Byzantine Empire in future videos. Istiklal Avenue, also known as Para Road, is located in the Beyoğlu district of Istanbul. This street is characterized by a mix of architectural styles, including Baroque architecture, Renaissance architecture, and the Turkish Republican architectural style. Along this avenue, you will find the famous Flower Passage, also known in French as Site de Para. In addition to numerous cafes and shops, the historic tram operates here, recalling the final period of the Ottoman Empire, when the city's avant-garde social class, together with European tourists and diplomats, would spend their time in Istanbul. The Ortaköy district, located on the European side of Istanbul, was originally a Greek settlement during the Byzantine period, primarily inhabited by local fishermen. Today, the area is home to Ortaköy Mosque, which reflects Baroque-style architecture due to the overall design of the neighborhood. Additionally, St. Phocas Church and Surigan Palace are also found in this part of Istanbul. Here, we can witness the historical evolution of the city, moving from its glorious past to its present-day cultural richness. Now, we will go through all the monuments and landmarks mentioned to create a clearer picture of Istanbul. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing content.